What's going on, guys? It's your girl Crystal once again, and I just wanted to get on here and just share a quick word about the weather lately. It's been so cold out, like it's like probably in the 30s right now, and then just lately it's been in the 20s. We've had big snowfall and things like that, and I'll probably get out the car and show you guys a little bit of the snow. Where I'm sitting at this park that I usually like sit at and just kind of pray and chill at. But it's been cold. Like if you get up early like me, like in the morning, it's like 12 degrees, 15 degrees sometimes. Something as low as like 10 degrees. It's cold out, and the wind can be so bitter sometimes. It just hits at you like woo. It's like that's that whip action wind, like man, this is just like bad. But we expect that because it's January. But you know what? What's colder than just the weather out here, which is supposed to be anyway because we're in January. What's even colder is some people's hearts and souls. Like, you ever been around people that's just like so cold-hearted and they're past nonchalant? That's like a understatement. They're just like indifferent, cold, no feelings, and it's just like that's the worst kind of cold to be around. This cold that we got now, we can just like deal with that, as time goes on and, things like that, because that's a part of winter. But, some people, they just like wintertime in their soul, just straight cold hearted and no feelings about anything. And it's just the craziest thing. And sometimes we think, oh, well, they're just like, that's just the way that they are. But, ooh, I don't know how, sometimes you can stick around that. Sometimes you got to work around, people that's like cold and no feelings and things like that. But it's bad when, you're just a person that's walking around and you're disconnected, cold and not really open to things and life and people, like you should be. And it's just like, this is, sad to see. Because you know what, I know life ain't always about feelings, but, we do have feelings, and them feelings got to be dealt with. Things that happen to you, things like breakups or, bad job experience or, church, experiences, that have happened to you. That kind of stuff has to be, looked at and addressed. You got to tell yourself that those feelings matter. Because like I said, that's a part of self-care too, saying, that kind of thing, what I felt, what I went through, that mattered. And, I can't ignore it, no longer. I got to be like, you know what, that mattered. I got to address it. And you just got to acknowledge it and address it. Because if you don't acknowledge the feelings that, hurt you and that got to you, then you're going to turn into that cold-hearted person that, I'm speaking about. Not a certain person, specifically, but in general, people who are just cold-hearted and, crass and indifferent, so I just want to encourage us all to, dig deep into those emotions and do it while you're praying, pray to Jesus and really ask him to provide, that sense of healing, and not just a sense of healing, but full, total, complete healing, even if it takes, time for you to get to that place of healing. Just allow yourself to heal, and heal in him and things like that. And he'll give you direction on, what to do as far as, other self-care measures, like, maybe a hot tea bath or, going to the mall and, spending a reasonable amount of money on whatever it is that you want, or, spa treatment, whatever the case may be that he leads you to. But allow him to deal with the things in your soul that bother you, that pain you, that hurt you, so you don't turn into, that bitterly cold person emotionally that's about as cold as the winter and the weather out here and things like that. And so that's, pretty much all I wanted to share. And I know, it's just sad, the things that I see today as far as, young people and just people, period. Not always just young people, but going along with that whole people being, having a cold-heartedness to them. It's also a spirit of disconnect too that goes across. Like, I can look at a person's eyes and I can look at them and just tell there's a disconnect. I'm like, you're smiling, but there's a disconnect, or, you're talking and blah, 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 but there's a disconnect somewhere, with you. And you can just tell by the way people like live their lives, going back to what I said, they just don't ever deal with things and really just sit down and just allow themselves to talk it over with Jesus and allow him to really heal them and fix it, and it's not going to be an overnight thing. I'm not saying that this is going to be some quick fix cure. It's going to take some time and things like that, but man, don't be afraid to acknowledge those feelings. That's also loving and caring about yourself too, and saying, that hurt, or, another form of, caring about yourself too is taking responsibility for where you may have went wrong, and, the choices that you may have made that might not have been the best choices as well too. So that's just, something to think about too. Acknowledge those feelings, acknowledge that they hurt, and keep yourself alive to them. Some of y'all, you need to get a good cry on the go. You need to let yourself, really cry and just open up emotionally and things like that. And just feel. Because you're going to heal that way. Like I said, life's not all about feelings, but sometimes you got to just go to that place and, just visit. It's kind of like I say, a cheap motel. You don't want to, or just some cheap, cheesy hotel, period. You don't want to exactly stay there for a long period of time, but, if you got to stay overnight because you're traveling through different cities, then, you just do like that. But otherwise than that, just take the time to heal and deal and, not become that cold, hearted person, like it's cold, end up being colder than what it is out here. So that's all I want to bring as far as encouragement is concerned. And maybe I can show y'all the snow a little bit. Try to turn it around. I hope y'all can see. I got it from my dashboard, but I'll probably get out the car and show you right quick. This is at the park that I'm usually at. It's the soccer field, so snow is still covered up from Friday on. It's crazy. But it's actually pretty good out here. It's like probably 30-something degrees, and this week is supposed to be like about 50-something, so hopefully most of the snow will melt. But be blessed, be encouraged in Jesus' name. Know that you're special to God. He loves you, and like my shirt says, you're his beloved. Hope y'all can read that. You're his beloved, so be encouraged. Allow him to help you deal with those things so you don't become cold like this weather that has been lately, bitterly cold. So be blessed, be encouraged in Jesus' name. Y'all have a wonderful day. See ya.